Tonight on NewsCenter, the Housing Office is searching for new resident advisors. NewsCenter presents this week's Student Spotlight. The Campus Activities Board thinks pink in support of breast cancer awareness. NewsCenter sends a representative to the rec center on campus. This and much more to come tonight on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Cassidy Stearman here with Keneally Roberts. Here's what's making headlines for October 15th, 2020.
The outdoor dining area on Batson Oats Drive in downtown Moorhead may be becoming permanent in 2021. The area began as a safe eating option for members of the community during the COVID-19 pandemic, but Moorhead's mayor, Laura White Brown, tells the Trailblazer the town has been wanting to try something similar for a while now. There will be changes made to the area to make it usable year-round, including outdoor heaters, additional lighting, and sunshades. White Brown says she is optimistic of future plans for revitalizing the town.
Moorhead State Public Radio has had to make changes to their annual Fall Fun Drive. NewsCenter has the story.
In a normal year, Moorhead State Public Radio would have two fund drives, one in the fall and one in the spring. This year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic sweeping the nation, administrators with the station have decided to postpone this year's drive. MSPR's General Manager Paul Hitchcock says they're taking everything step by step.
It came up during the summer quarter to look at the fall quarter, which is what we're in right now, through December. And we just knew there was no way during the fall quarter that we could do a fundraiser. So in the middle of this quarter, say just before the holidays, we'll probably make a decision, or right after the holidays in January, make a decision at that time. It's very possible we may delay it again.
Funding for programming and for the station's student work studies comes from listener support. Hitchcock says even though the station has lost a bit of that financial support due to the postponing of the fund drive, MSPR is making things work.
Back in the early summer, we received a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It was through the CARES Act. It was over $112,000. That is helping us to pay for other expenses that we can, otherwise we would have had to use our listener contributions to help pay for that in addition to the work studies. So we're kind of diverting some funds that we would have to pay ourselves for national programming, equipment, supplies, that sort of thing, to help with our student work study expenses.
Hitchcock says because of that funding the station received from the CARES Act, they're in a pretty good position. But listener contributions continue to be needed. Even though the Fall Fund Drive has been postponed, Hitchcock says listeners can still donate.
They can go to our website, which is wmky.org, and fill out either a gift form or a pledge form. A gift is when you use a credit card and go ahead and make a donation at that time. A pledge form is, I would like to make a gift, but I don't want to use a credit card. Bill me, send me a letter, and I'll return a check to you. So one of those two things, it's on our website under the support tab at wmky.org.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Keneally Roberts.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast after the break.
Here at Moorhead State University, the nursing program is ranked 4th in the state and is named one of the best in the nation. Students have access to the latest in medical technology to provide hands-on practices. The Department of Nursing is creating nurses that want to change the world by saving others.
Quarantine has been a strain on us all, but here are some things you can do to keep your mood and spirits up. Keep in touch with friends over the phone or through apps like Skype or Discord. Pick up a hobby to help pass the time and keep your mind focused. Going for a run outside is a great way to stay in shape and can be a fun activity. And if you need help during these tough times, counseling and health services is available for telehealth appointments from 8 to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 606-783-2055.
I'm an accountant.
I am an athletic trainer.
I'm an engineer.
I am a leader.
MSU ROTC is more than just about joining the Army. It is about pushing you to be a better leader and a better individual. To learn about what ROTC can do for you, stop by the top floor of Button Auditorium today.
Saving money can be hard to do, but it can be done. Tip number 1. Use a spreadsheet to track how much you're spending and see where you can cut corners. Tip number 2. Find a free browser extension that allows you to use coupons online such as Honey and Wikibuy. Tip number 3. Use your meal plan. Being a college student is no time to be a picky eater. Now jump out there and spend wisely, MSU.
Hello, Morehead State. Let's get you updated on this week's weather. Currently in Morehead, we're sitting at 71 degrees. It's cloudy and the humidity is at 50% with winds at 9 miles per hour. Across the Bluegrass, Morehead's at 71, Ashland is at 74, London's at 75, and the rest of the state, we're going into the 60s and 50s. Lexington is at 64, Frankfort 62, Louisville 55, Bowling Green 65, and Paducah at 56. Tonight, it's going to be cloudy with a low of 45, a 55% chance of precipitation, and the sun setting at 6:55 p.m. For tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 57 and the sun rising at 7:44. Look at your 7-day forecast. Today, Thursday, 71, cloudy, a low of 45. Tomorrow, Friday, high of 57, partly cloudy with a low of 37. So if you have any plans tomorrow night, make sure to bring your jacket with you. Saturdays, they're going to be a high of 63. We're going to have some sun coming out, low of 45 for the night. Sunday, we're going to be going back up to 60s, high 60s, 68 degrees. Partly cloudy with a low of 51. Monday, we're going to have some rain coming in. It's going to be primarily overcast throughout the day with showers coming in and out throughout the day. That's a high of 62 for the day and a low of 51. Tuesday is a high of 71 and a low of 58. We have some showers in the wee hours in the morning to the midday. And Wednesday is a partly cloudy and a high of 71. Now let's pass it back on to Keneally and Cassidy for a look at your sports update.
Thanks, Logan. The Cincinnati Bengals lost against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night. The match was streamed from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Despite the strong defensive effort by the Bengals after the first quarter, they just couldn't score a touchdown. The Bengals scored nothing in the first 3 quarters, while the Ravens earned most of their points in the first quarter. The Bengals lost with a score of 27-3, putting their record at 1-3-1. The next game for the team is scheduled for October 18th against the Indianapolis Colts at 1 p.m. at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Game 6 of the NBA Finals took place this past Sunday, where the Miami Heat lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. The final score was 106-93. Los Angeles limited Miami to 44.3% while at the Orlando bubble. This marked a significant loss over Miami in their winning period of 10 years. LeBron James was able to protect his 4th title of his outstanding career. This title opened a chance to crown his 3rd team after winning with the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers and winning the 2012 and 2013 championship with Miami Heat. LeBron finished the game with 28 points, 10 assists, and 14 rebounds, and was crowned the MVP of the finals, raising his MVP final award to 4. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Hi, I'm Megan Boone. I'm the director of the Career Services Center, and we're an office that helps students choose a major, figure out what they might want to do with the major, as well as polish up any materials they'd be using to market themselves, from resumes to cover letters to preparing for interviews. We also help with grad school applications, so we hope you take advantage of some of our services.
Come on down to your one-stop place for anything you need on campus. The bookstore is your place to get any school supplies or art supplies that you might need. After that, you can head upstairs to grab a bite to eat. If you need to study or hold a meeting, go to the third floor for a quiet place to sit. So head on down to ADUC. We'll see you soon.
NewsCenter spoke with the Campus Activities Board about upcoming fall events and how to find them online.
Campus Activities Board is staying engaged with students virtually through upcoming events. NewsCenter interviewed one of their coordinators for an event they planned this fall.
My name is Gracie Roberts. I am a sophomore, and I am the Campus Activities Board's educational coordinator. My job is to plan events that are both fun and as well educational so that we can teach kids something that they wouldn't learn in traditional classroom settings or just at all outside of their major. So it's really important to me for kids to be able to get that opportunity to learn with people that they don't see every day, but also have fun while doing it. So Think Pink is going to be October 20th. You can have a prize pickup sort of handout from 2 to 4 outside of ADUC. I'll be handing out breast cancer awareness bracelets as well as self-exam cards so that students will be able to know what to do and what to look for. We really are just like the first line of defense for ourselves, and so it's important for people to have that information and know what to look for. The event, which will be from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on October 20th, and they can find that link on the CAB_MSU Instagram. They will post the link on their story on that day. You can also go to Eagle Link, which is through the My Morehead State account, and that will also give you the link and information about all those events. And then this year we have a fun app called Corq, C-O-R-Q, that you can download and sign up and say that you're at Morehead State University. And it will tell you all the events coming up and where to go to find them and all the links for all the events. And it's a super fun app. We'll also be doing a door prize, I should mention. If you come to the event, your name will be entered to win a little basket of a Think Pink t-shirt and some gift cards.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Samantha O'Neill.
Governor Andy Beshear announced on Tuesday an $8.5 million transportation funding plan for sustainable transportation in Kentucky. It is estimated that these funds will replace nearly 170 buses in the state with clean emission buses that meet federal air quality standards. The funding is part of the $20.3 million awarded to the Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust of Kentucky. This mitigation was secured within an automaker lawsuit that took place while Beshear was Attorney General. The 2020 General Assembly formed a spending plan, for the money and accepted expenditures that begin July 1st of 2020. Beshear says they held Volkswagen accountable for deceiving consumers, and now they're using the funds earned to build a better Kentucky with safe, reliable transportation.
MSU student Livia McNabb turns her artistic talents into a profit. NewsCenter caught up with her to learn more about her small business that she runs from her own home.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super fine in your corduroy. Drive me back.
Yeah, so it's kind of just a hobby, really. It's called With Love by Liv, and it's just like small accessories like keychains and like little mirror accessories for your car and just little things like that. It started out as just keychains, they're like little rainbow shapes. And then I started doing the mirror ones, which they're still rainbows too, but they hang from mirrors. So the keychains are made out of clay, and then the mirror ones are just like yarn. We were in the arts and crafts section, and they had a big thing of like clay. It was like 20 colors or something. And I was like, oh, I could make something out of that, you know, and then one thing led to another, and here we are. I have Instagram, a Facebook, and a TikTok. Instagram and Facebook are really where I posted things that I sell, and then for kind of like a behind the scenes of what goes into the making of the keychains or packaging the orders, that's where I put my TikToks. The smaller keychains, they start at $7, I think, and then for the mirror hangings, they're $12. And then of course, if you want to have an item shipped. But I also do custom orders. I think it would be cool definitely to branch out and do some other things. And I've been really blown away by the feedback. It took off a lot more than I was expecting it. I thought I'd just be making stuff for my friends, you know, but I think shipped orders to Indiana, Michigan. So you can just comment on my Instagram, or if you wanted to do a custom order, you could just send me a direct message. It's really open.
Reporting for NewsCenter, this is Stephen Banks.
A debate broke out earlier this month during a silent Black Lives Matter protest on Morehead State's campus. According to the Trailblazer, the student organization Students for Change gathered for their weekly protest at the Bell Tower, but were confronted by members of Morehead's chapter of the conservative group Turning Point USA. Despite the heated debate over each group's values, the protest remained peaceful.
Many MSU hotspots have had to change operation to accommodate COVID-19 guidelines. NewsCenter checked in with the Rec and Wellness Center to learn more about what they're doing to keep students safe.
Morehead State's Recreation and Wellness Center is up and running this semester with several necessary changes made to accommodate COVID-19 regulations. We spoke with Jason Hilton, Associate Director of the Rec, and he detailed the changes made to ensure the safety of all students and guests. All equipment has been spread out to allow for social distancing within the building, and the maximum capacity has been reduced drastically. Several sanitation areas are available to clean your equipment before and after you use it, and masks are required at all times inside the facility. Rec staff has been increased this semester to aid in proper observation of the guests and to ensure that they are practicing proper COVID-19 procedures. For NewsCenter, I'm Daniel Miller.
We'll be right back after the break.
Let's look at what kinds of masks you should wear to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. N95 masks provide the best fit and protection from airborne particles. Surgical masks, though they don't fit as tightly, still provide excellent protection from airborne particles. Though cloth masks aren't as protective, they are the most widely available and are still better than wearing no mask at all. According to a study from Duke University, neck gaiter masks should be avoided at all costs, as they are actually worse than wearing no mask at all. That's all there is to it.
Morehead State University has experienced many changes regarding their COVID-19 policies. NewsCenter checked in with students on campus to see if they believe the university is taking appropriate actions.
I'm aware of the COVID policies we have around campus, and I got to say that I do agree with them. I feel like, masks are needed, and, cleaning up everywhere. It's a big way to keep everything safe.
I do understand the university's COVID policy, and I do respect and agree with what they have stated concerning the precautions for COVID-19. I feel that they're doing a great job with the whole social distancing and us having to wear a mask.
I don't completely understand the university's policy. I feel like from what I've seen and what I've read, it doesn't match up necessarily.
I just have no idea what the policy is.
I feel personally a lot safer knowing that these precautions are currently in effect. I feel that if they weren't, that I would be scared to come back to campus and actually live in a residence hall.
I am aware of it and I agree with it.
I think they've done really well with telling students to keep their masks on in the eating areas and in the class areas. I know that masks are really difficult, like to breathe in and stuff like that, but it's important for us to be safe and keep other people safe too. So it's good that they keep up with that.
For NewsCenter, I'm Logan Rout.
MSU Housing is currently looking for resident hall advisors for the spring 2021 semester. NewsCenter talked to several individuals about what it takes to become an RA.
Earlier today, I spoke with MSU Assistant Director of Housing, John Hackey, who works in Alumni Tower right behind me, where he tells us that working as a residence hall advisor can be one of the most rewarding things that a student can do while living on campus.
Well, our applications opened up on Monday, October 12th. And so if you go to our site, it's just moreheadstate.edu/RA selection. You'll get a link to fill out an application. It just has some basic questions as well as respond to some short answer questions. Students will also submit a resume and cover letter. And then once people submit their application, we're accepting applications through Friday, October 23rd. We'll kind of review those applications, send out offers for individual interviews. Those will take place on or around November 4th through the 7th.
The thing that made me want to be an RA was actually my RA, and I talked to him and he kind of told me like the duties and everything RAs did, and I just love dorm life. I love having roommates. I love like the connections you can make between your neighbors, so that when I looked at the role of an RA, I was like, that is a perfect fit. The thing I like the most about being an RA is the people I get to work with. The other RAs, they inspire me, they push me to do better, and they have been some of the best friends I have ever made. And the residents also a great perk. You know, being an RA, you get to meet a lot of people on campus, you get to make lots of different connections. So just those relationships you build with everyone, it's amazing.
I really enjoy being there for my residents, but not only my residents, my coworkers, like the other RAs of the building. I love helping anyone whenever I can and letting people know that whenever they need anything, they can come to me. It could be random that a resident needs something, whether it be a maintenance issue or something that they just need to talk about. So that could be any day, but as far as being on call, we normally are on call only one day a week.
It's just a really great experience for anyone. It's a great thing to have on your resume, and also the housing stipend is pretty great. I would have to say I like the people I work with best. I've gotten to meet some really great people who really care about our university.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Megan Jones.
And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Tune in next Thursday for your weekly news update. And from all of us here at NewsCenter, thanks so much for watching.